Afternoon, folks. Brian here. It's I should know what day it is by now. Tuesday, April 15, 2025. So we do have some space weather incoming. In fact, it's hitting us right now. Very minor, though. Don't get excited like all the other people. It may intensify. The reason why I no longer do these space weather impact videos is because almost every single time the timing is off. I will do it once it's confirmed on the day side impact, because again, 75% of the time, 12 to 72 hours afterwards, we have a seismic response or volcanic eruption. But that's not the topic today. This is a repeat talk because there's many new people here. We're going to talk about the biological, the health effects of solar storm space weather on us humans, as well as the rest of the animals on this planet. So the brain and our hearts function off electrical as well as chemical signals. And so when we're exposed to the highly energetic particles, the muons, which is the secondary showering particles of cosmic rays, which do reach us, travel right through us, our central nervous system and autonomic nervous system, cardiovascular system, and other bodily functions can be affected. Now, some people are more energy sensitive than others. And there have been studies on the connection between human health and solar activity called heliobiology. In these studies, they fail to mention the fact that our protective magnetic field has been destabilizing and weakening. There's another study, what you feel and what you report. So there's different levels or wavelengths of radiation from the hard X-rays released during the initial explosive flaring, which take only 8 minutes to reach us, traveling at the speed of light, to other levels taking anywhere from 12 to 24 to 72 hours, inbound coronal mass ejections, CMEs. That brings us another level of radiation. I'll give you one example. It was maybe 3 years ago. It was October 31st, there was an X2.1 flare direct Earth facing. And when it hit, I was with my wife in the bedroom that morning. Quite literally almost put her to the floor. She had to go to the wall quickly, place her body against a wall to prevent herself from hitting on the floor. So I picked her up, put her in the bed. Initial check of her vitals. I knew exactly what happened. Went to my smartphone, space weather app, and sure enough, we got hit hard. Not all that hard. We've gotten hit by an X9 so far, and nothing's happened. Except to us humans. So we're going to go over some of the effects, what you may be feeling. We're going to start off with the neurological effects. Things that we can feel, we can experience. The headaches, the migraines, including those not predisposed to having headaches and migraines. Frontal lobe compression, temporal stabbing, overall pressure. Dizziness, vertigo, feeling unwell. Sense of disorientation, unbalance. Tinnitus, ringing in the ear. Sinus issues, pressures to visual disturbances. We can have joint pain, skin irritation, burning to tingling sensations. Other physiological changes or abnormalities, gastrointestinal issues. It can affect people with multiple sclerosis and arthritis, flare-ups. Affects people with dementia, epileptic seizures, sensitivity to light. There are cardiovascular effects, which include increased heart rate, tachycardia, palpation, awareness, of one's heart beating, irregular heartbeat, arrhythmias, blood flow alterations, cardiac arrest, strokes, high blood pressure with stress, strokes. Are some of the physiological changes that we can experience. Another important one to be aware of is the neuropsychological. Emotional instability with frequent mood swings, irritability, argumentative, easily triggered, impatient, frustrated, anxiety, depression. Emotional, I'm just looking at some messages on the top of my phone screen here. Emotional fluctuations due to these external energies. So when your emotional energy is compromised, it becomes challenging to maintain a balanced and positive outlook at all things during the day. We can be confused, sadness, worrying, despair, depression. We can have brain fogging, blanking out, or, to the contrary, racing thoughts. You may feel exhausted or drained, lack of focus. Your dreams will increase. Another important one, behavioral changes, outbursts, rage, violence, including road rage, airline incidences of rage, increased hospital admissions to psych departments. Suicides also increase. An overall lack of motivation to do things you like, your interests, your hobbies. The highly charged particles can also affect our cognitive abilities or cognitive deficits or changes. So our cognitive abilities is your learning, memorizing, decision-making, creative thinking, speaking, problem-solving, reasoning, focusing, processing information. This can be exacerbated by excessive to fear-based media or negative environments and people bombarding you. I would also include over-exaggerated fear porn YouTubers. Another area that I have a lot of personal experience with, and that is mental health. Those with mental health conditions and challenges in life. Autism, ASD, ADD, ADHD, OCD, anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, to list just a few, can be triggered into a psychosis. Outbursts of rage and intense violence during geomagnetic storms. They don't know what's going on. So what can we do to help? Knowledge is key. Understanding, knowing how the radiation affects us physically, neurologically, neuropsychologically, cuckoo, cognitive deficits, cardiovascular, and so on. So when we know we have some space weather incoming, we can plan our days ahead when we know we're going to be impacted. Try and plan a day or days of rest. Go for a walk in a forest. Go for a swim. Do some yoga. Read a book. Bible. Do not initiate conversations which would already be stressful with your spouse. If you have a building up stress about, let's say, family finances, hold off, man. Don't do it. Back off. back away. Don't start talking to her or him about it. They're already going to be emotionally sensitive, triggered, argumentative. Avoid any hazardous activities. Say you were planning on climbing the ladder to clean gutters, wash windows, or whatever. Remember, disorientation, loss of balance, dizziness. Monitor those with known heart conditions or high blood pressure, epilepsy. Keep them hydrated. Keep them calm, at rest. Have an even greater understanding of children with mental health issues, autism. So what materials can help to protect us? There's basically three. Water, I believe it's 6 to 12 feet deep. I don't think you can hold your breath that long. Still, going for a swim is calming, relaxing. Concrete deflects the cosmic rays. Under the worst case imaginable situation, without the risk of an earthquake, multi-leveled parking garage, multiple levels of concrete. Don't go to the very bottom, in case you have to get out quickly. Stay on ground level. And third, polycarbonate panels has proven to deflect radiation, including ultraviolet radiation. Twin wall. And again, I've shown this lots of times. This is what I use in my growing areas. Twin wall polycarbonate panel used on greenhouses. Deflects the cosmic rays. That's why I use it to protect my vegetables. So just a little bit of a refresher talk. Why some people may be feeling what they've been feeling recently. It's not just space weather, geomagnetic instabilities, irritability. Irritability on our protective magnetic field. You could be in the middle of a low pressure system. Low pressure system can have a lot of the same effects I just finished describing. Pressure, headache, sinuses, and so on. But when it comes to the impact of solar weather, knowledge, you now know. And like I said, I no longer do what everybody else does. Oh, we're going to have an impact on this day, on that day. It's supposed to be tomorrow, folks. It's starting right now. So I'll watch closely the KP index, then I'll figure out what the day side's going to be on the planet, the bow shock, and we'll take it from there. Have a swell day, eh?